Welcome to my channel. My name is Natasha. This is my first podcast for crochet and amigurumi, and also I'd like to chat about things, and you can comment below and things and like and subscribe. But the reason I'd like to do crochet podcasts are because I like to feel like I'm doing it for a purpose, and not everyone likes to hear it, and I have been boring family members with it also. I just thought, if I come on here, obviously if you're watching this then you're a crochet enthusiast. I have lots of whips and some finished objects, and hopefully it will encourage me to do them a bit quicker so I can come on and show you what else I've been doing. I had a hysterectomy at the end of August, and so I have been off work for the last 2 months. So I've been doing it during the day, not just in the evening. But next week I'm due back to work, so it'll only be evening time. But I can still get quite a lot done in that time. Now, I'm going to go straight into it and show you what I've been doing. So let's get started. I have made my first ever bird from the Toft, because I do like the Toft patterns, and I have a couple of her books. But this is the blue-footed booby bird. I did it with a 3.5 crochet hook, and it was the first ever attempt, so I think I've done quite well. The tail I wasn't quite sure on. I stuffed it a little tiny bit, just because it was supposed to be attached in the upward position, and I thought if I left it unstuffed it might just hang, so I stuffed it a little tiny bit. But overall I think I did quite well, considering it was my first ever bird. And I've had the books for probably 2 years now, but and I've been doing quite a lot from the Edwards Menagerie, but never the bird book. And it was the feet and legs that kind of put me off, because I was wondering, even though obviously the instructions tell you lots about it, I was just kind of a bit afraid, if you like. But I just grabbed the bull by the horns, as it were, and just thought, let's give it a go, because if you don't try, I suppose you'll never know. And I think I've done quite well. One is slightly smaller than the other because I used a 2.75 needle on this one, just as my tester before I decided I was going to make the bird. And so I just used it because it doesn't look that much bigger, and obviously if it's sat on my shelf I can cross the legs, and no one ever realised that I'd used a smaller one there. But I generally do use 3.5 for all my amigurumi projects, and I used DK yarn. I can't actually haven't got the money for the Toft yarn, so I've just been using yarn from my stash, and the brown and the cream is the Hobbycraft WI yarn, and I think actually, yes, the blue might be the same. If not, it's Starcraft, but I haven't got a band on my blue, so I'm not quite sure what it actually was from. But anyway, even so, this is, like I say, the blue-footed booby bird, and I managed to complete that, and so I'm looking forward to doing some more, because I have actually managed to do the basic one with the basic feet, so I'm thinking about doing the others as well. My next project, which is a blanket, which I've almost finished now, and I've been working on it for the last probably 6 months. I should have undone the knot, hold on a second. Okay, right. That was silly, I forgot about it being knotted up. Should have done it before. Sorry. Well, these things are sent to try us. Okay, right, I'm there now. Now this pattern, I don't think it's actually available anymore, but it's an Attic 24 pattern, and it was actually a kit that my friend had given me, and I think it was 2017 when it was out now, but I finished the actual blanket. I don't know if you can see that properly, but I've repeated all the colours 3 times. I wanted it rather drapey, so I used a 5mm needle rather than a 4, which the pattern suggested. But I'm also on my second repeat of the border now, which is just a simple, I think they call it the bean stitch, but it's just single crochet and chain 1 in between, and then on the second one you go in between you work in the spaces, and then it just piles on, and you have to do that 11 times. So but this one I'm making for my husband, so that he can go underneath a blanket whilst he's on his Xbox in the evenings, to keep him warm. Nice cheerful bright colours, and so I'll soon be finished that now, but I've been working on that for a few months. It's just that it's a 3 row repeat. It's just double crochet in American terms, and then a V-stitch, and then a double crochet again. I prefer to use the American terms better than the English ones, because it just makes more sense to me, rather than the English terms, because I just think it's a bit strange why they would call it a double and a treble when, to me, it's a single stitch, and then you're doing it double if you're doing a double. So that's what I've been doing. Now, my other works in progress, I should actually say right now that I don't seem to be doing it in any order today, but maybe I will do in the future. So just bear with me, it's my first time, so I'm just kind of going through what I have already set out on my bed. Now, I'm making a shawl from Favourite Gardener, and I've loved it, absolutely loved it. I've almost finished it. I've got another 2 repeats to go. I'm using the Hayfield Spirit DK. Actually, I don't know if I've got a no, it doesn't look like I have at the minute, to find out what the colourway is, but I think it's only numbers anyway, they don't give you an actual name of it. But this is really, really lovely. Let me show you in depth. It says it's a shawl, but I mean, I suppose it's because it's wide, but it's going to be very, very long because the first repeat is literally from the marker to the end, so it will be extremely long by then. But I really, really love it, and it makes it so that you have got several stitches, so you don't kind of get bored or fed up with doing the same thing repeatedly. And it's a mix of what looks like a bit like popcorn, but it's not. It's just like a blanket stitch where you use one single and 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and then we move on to like a fan stitch, and then we have chains and single crochet to make it look like it's a bit of netting almost. But I really, really do love this pattern. It's a free pattern from Ravelry, and I'm sure I can work out how to put all the details in the description box if you just bear with. My next whip also that I have been doing is a cardigan for my little granddaughter, which I haven't quite finished yet. I've needed quite a lot of help from my friend with this because I couldn't get my head around it. But I've used the yarn at the top. I used from the Sue Ryder charity shop. They had some yarn in the discount bin. It was only £1, so I picked up a couple of balls, and so far I've only used some of the one ball. Hang on, let me just have a look a minute. Oh, I do need to say that shawl I've just showed you is called Portobello Road. Okay, and it's a free pattern, like I say, on Ravelry, and I will be able to put it in the description box. And I've just found the yarn that I use for that shawl. Sorry to go back again, but and it's the Hayfield Spirit, and the shade is 0407, and I used the lot 1811, and I had 2 balls of it, and I'm on my second ball now. I'm just going to check. I can't seem to. Might be in my project bag. Right. Anyway, so the multi ball, like I say, was Sue Ryder, and underneath is just a pink, which is powder pink Starcraft DK, and that is on a 3mm 3mm hook, which is just single double crochet in US terms, and then the little I can't remember the name of it, double crochet again, 3 in the same thing, and then chaining, and then another 3 to make the pattern. I've just got about 4 more rows left on the bottom, and then it's to the sleeves, and the sleeves always worry me, and I've made a couple of projects now, garments now, but it's the sleeves that actually kind of put me off, because I can never do them very well. They end up all kind of splayed out, so I obviously put some more stitches or something in, because it's weird how they kind of get misshapen. But I'm hoping that I'll tackle it well and then be able to show you when I finished it. I've got one more. I've got two more works in progress, and then I have a finished object to show you last. Now, I love to have an amigurumi project going alongside of my blankets, just so that I have some variation when I get a bit fed up of doing the same old thing. And I am making a rabbit, and I've managed, oh, I have the light, it's gone a bit weird, but I put the eyes in and they're a bit wonky, so it put me off, and I've not touched it for a while. But I suppose once he's got a hat on or something, it might take the onus away from it. I didn't really pay attention to where I'd put the eye, and it looks a bit far out. I mean, you might think it looks fine, but I'm a bit critical, same with everyone, I suppose, of our own work. But I've done the head, and I've done 2 feet, 2 arms and 1 foot so far. And that's all I've done on this one, but it comes from the book Cute Crochet Animals. It's really, really well sought out, and I'm doing Emily at the moment, and she comes with a wardrobe of items. I can just show you there, Mr. and Mrs. and they've got their own wardrobe of things to wear. I can just show you. There's lots of things in the book. There's foxes and all sorts in this book to do, which I'm sure I'll get through eventually. But they have their own clothes and things, and I actually quite like the fact that the patterns are all there. So that's why I decided I was going to do one, but there's so many lovely things all at once, and I never get round to everything. Time is limited, isn't it? But I never like to just sit and do nothing. When I watch telly, I feel like I have to do something. So if I actually want to watch the screen, then I tend to do a blanket where I don't have to actually think about it. And if I just want to have some chit chat in the background rather than looking at the screen, then I can do my amigurumi and things that obviously need lots of counting. Now I'll go to my finished object, just because I'm itching to show you. And this is a pony, and it is a Stylecraft pattern, which I've got, and I didn't get the pattern out, but it's the first time I've ever made the pony. I like making the cats, which I've made several for my granddaughters. Anyway, I decided I made a cake, and I made it with a cake that comes from the wool something. It's one of the cheaper ones. It's not it's not a Karen cake. It's just one of the kind of knockoff ones that I bought from a pack on eBay, and they didn't have anything written on the bands, so it was just kind of odds of a spool, I suppose. I'm not quite sure, but I used a 4mm needle for this, and it was like an Aran size yarn. It's quite big. Obviously, that's how you can see that he is quite big, and he's got a lovely tummy on him. And I've done a lovely flowing mane because I thought it looked quite fetching. A bit of a fringe, and the ears, and because it is going to be eventually for my granddaughter, I didn't use safety eyes in this one. I just used yarn, although I'm not very good at actually doing round eyes for the eyes when I'm using yarn, so I tend to kind of just manage with slits, either like this or showing them asleep and putting them the other way. But I kind of like him. He's quite good, and I like the fact that the nose nostrils have actually managed to stay sucked in, so I've tied them in really well, because a lot of times it kind of lets go, but I think I've tangled it in enough for it to stay out, and I really do like it. And obviously he's just got a tail that's slightly shorter, but I enjoyed making him. It's really quite fun. Now my last one is a crochet along, which I haven't finished yet. Week 3 has just come out today, which I'm sure other people have been doing, but I've been following it with a Facebook group, and that is made by Anita, and it's the Christmas Eve cowl. I've got 2 on the go because of my grandbabies, and I have pulled it back so many times yesterday. I've literally really struggled doing the snowflakes. I've only ever done corner to corner crochet when it's been doing graphs, but I thought I would do the tapestry one because I saw the pattern and I really loved it. And I'm doing one in the original colour. As you can see, I've done green with the bobbles, and then I've just started the snowflakes, which is week 2, and it comes out every Thursday for 4 weeks. Well, obviously it's Thursday today, like I say, and I'm nowhere near finished, so I'm going to do some more when I finish this podcast. But yeah, I'm doing well on that one, and I'm doing a blue one for my little grandson, which I haven't started the snowflakes yet, but I'm doing a blue version for him because I liked the blue version as well. And the on the top it's going to be a light blue where the snowflakes are going to be, and obviously the snowflakes will be white. So I'm getting there, but week 1 was really simple and really quite fine, and I really loved it. So I thought, I'll make sure that I do a blue version so I can do them both at the same time. But the snowflakes are actually quite taxing and has taken up most of my time. Yesterday I worked on it most of the day, and the day before, and I frogged it more times than I care to count. But I'm going to get there. It's not going to defeat me. And watch this space. I will show you soon what it looks like. I may even by the time I've actually done my second podcast, I will probably finish it to be able to show you if I can do it. But that's what I've been working on mostly this time, and as you can see, I'm so far up and I have this much left to do on the graph. So that, for the moment, is literally it. And I have been talking now for 25 minutes. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm going to leave it there for now because I don't want to have to bore you on my first time. But I would love you to like and subscribe if you come across my video, and hopefully I will be able to show you a lot of variety of things as I go along. Like I say, I always have a blanket or something of some sort and an amigurumi project going, so that I do have variety, and then at the end of the month there'll be lots to show you, hopefully. So we'll just see how it goes, and I will be back on again soon. Thank you very much indeed. See you all again. Bye.